Welcome back to the channel, guys. On today's episode, we're going on a camping trip, a weekend camping trip, again, still keeping within my social. As I was saying, we're going on a camping trip this weekend with Max, the Jeep Guru. Again, if you don't know who he is, watch this video right here for a bit of an introduction. It's gonna be a good time. Max is up there in front of us in the Jeep, and we're going to our campsite, which is supposedly a dirt road. But one of our buddies has a pickup truck, one has an XJ Jeep Cherokee, and I'm in my Bonneville stock ride height with some knobby snow tires. But today they're going to be my dirt tires. I'm really hoping this pays off for me. But if the next scene's me getting stuck, then, well, you know, it didn't pay off for me. So boys, on the GoPro, this is just gonna look like a dirt road, but it's muddy and rocky and like there's all kinds of bumps in it. It's like, picture Toronto roads, for like those of you that have been to Toronto, picture those roads just with rocks and dirt. It's about that rough. And not about 30 seconds later, yeah, we lost them. It's the streetcar, guess what? The streetcar, off-road, it's still a streetcar. The GoPro stabilization will probably cancel out a lot of the bumps you're seeing, but it's gorgeous though. I mean, I got a lot of pretty stuff to look at while I'm going slow, avoiding the bumps and the ruts. The reason this car is coming is because, well, back there in that massive trunk is a lot of camping gear. And the truck's got stuff in it, the Jeep's got stuff in it, and the Bonneville's got stuff in it. So that's why it's coming along. Well, Max and the Jeep and Warren and the Tacoma have abandoned me, and I've been on my own now for probably about 20 minutes. So I'm just gonna talk to you to keep myself company because it's lonely out here. I'm very sad I was abandoned. I'm sure I'll find them in a few days, maybe. The only thing out here that does concern me, other than the thousands of rocks and potholes that could turn the chip in my windshield into a crack, is the fact that running the car, not this hard, but running it for this long and not going much faster than probably 30k an hour at my highest point, it may overheat. That's my only concern, is I may overheat the motor, so I may have to stop and let it cool down at some point, but knock on wood, for now we're doing all right. Now I'm channeling every ounce of inner rally driver I have to keep this old boat afloat and keeping up with these off-roaders. Because they can fly out here on these trails, just run over all the potholes, and I'm trying to swerve and dodge and get around everything so I don't blow a tire or my suspension or my windshield. But they can just fly over everything, but I'm channeling every ounce of my Ken block I have into me to keep this car moving at a pace that keeps up with them. I know it's never gonna come over well on camera, especially at GoPro, but trust me, this is a very rocky, rutty back road. The system I've kind of come up with that seems to be working so far for the boys, or for me at least to keep up with the boys, is Max's Jeep has a solid rear axle. And, well, I don't know if it would work on independent suspension maybe, but I can watch his axle, and if his axle is relatively smooth, then I know it's probably going to be mostly safe for me to go through at a similar speed. But if his axle really starts to go nuts, I have to slow way down because his Jeep can handle that, whereas this car can't handle that. So if his axle is smooth, I'll basically 80% chance be okay, but if his axle really starts to go nuts and I have to slow down. Knock on wood, that's working so far. We've gotten to a little bit of an easier section on the trail. There's a rut here, so we're all slowing down for that. Other than that, I seem to be doing, knock on wood, I seem to be doing all right.
Boys, we made it. Bonnie made it, boys. I channeled my inner Ken block and any inner
Pontiac racing pedigree that Bonnie has in her. We made it down here, we kept up with the boys. Let me tell you, it was a hassle to keep up with the boys because like the truck and the Jeep, they're meant to be running on roads like this. And I'm sure to you guys, it just looks like dirt, but it's got all these, like these are small obviously, but it has all these rocks that the suspension in that car is really not designed to handle. On the parts that were loose sand, I could really just fly down the roads as quickly as I wanted to keep up, but on the rocky bits, I had to slow down. So I had to really work to keep up with the boys. Let's do a little quick montage before we head over to the campsite of the cars. All right, boys, I don't know if you'll be able to see, the Jeep is right there. Campsite's a bit of a walk this way. Now, if you don't see much footage from the campsites because the crew doesn't want to be on camera, Max is kind of used to being on camera sometimes. If you don't see a lot from camp, that's why. I'll update you as much as I can, and I'm sure you'll get a campsite over a log. I'm sure you'll get a campsite montage because I've never done one before, and you know, I like to practice my cinematography skills as much as I can. So let's cut to the next scene.
Why are you such a cock? Every 60 seconds in Africa, a minute passes. Together, you can stop it.
All right, well, Max and Abigail are down there and the boys are fishing, so this is a good time for me to give you a little tour of our campsite. Here's the overview right here. So you've got your fire pit, got one tent, another tent, my tent's in behind that tent. 5-star experience washroom over here, and this is Coco. Coco! Come here, good girl. Come here. That's Coco. She likes to swim and eat. Food station over here. As I said earlier, 5-star washroom. And our fire pit with a pretty great frame here, 3/4 of a frame. Campsite montage. It's cold, so you know the drill.
Dad.
I do kind of have gas all over my hands. So.
Yeah, you do. Can you touch your fingers to my head?
Hopefully not. But tell you what, you can put the thing there. No.
Yeah, that's saturated in fuel. Enjoy burning your fingers. Yeah, like enjoy that. Don't burn this. Don't burn that.
Do you have an actual skillet, or am I just cooking it on this thing?
There should be one somewhere.
I can just cook it on here.
What's this?
Alright, boys, final time check of the night. 1:43 in the morning. I'm out for the night. I'm in the tent. As I'm sure you can see.